jailhouse.
This is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. Now, I'm asking the mayor and the common council president and the common council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
Waiting on the video to load. See if my 10 seconds can beat out the 34 seconds. I'm gonna roll the video.
Deanna, a devastating car accident overnight has left 4 people dead. This all unfolding near 60th and West Fond du Lac Ave. And I just want to paint a picture for you of how violent this car accident was. There is debris littered all across this Milwaukee intersection, right near the Midtown Center. You can see there are clothes and shoes, car parts all over. We're even looking right now at a headlight from one of the cars. Now, Milwaukee police tell us that this involved 2 cars. It happened just before midnight last night. They tell us a car traveling north on 60th Street collided with another car that was traveling on West Fond du Lac Ave. Now, they say the car that was driving north on 60th Street was operated by a 32-year-old female, and it crashed into a car that had 6 people inside. Milwaukee police tell us that multiple people were ejected from that car, and 4 people did die from their injuries. The other 2 people in that car are in the hospital, including the driver, who has serious injuries. Now, Milwaukee police tell us the 32-year-old occupant of the car that crashed into the car with 6 people inside, that 32-year-old is in custody at this time. They tell us those charges are pending review by the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office, and Milwaukee police have not identified those 4 victims that did unfortunately die in the crash. We are still waiting to learn who those people were and what exactly happened in this car accident just overnight, but we do know it was very violent as just how much debris is scattered across this intersection.
Yeah, and we see by your live shot there that 60th and Fond du Lac has reopened. It was closed for a major part of this morning, but that roadway has reopened. Just incredible, devastating for the families involved here. 4 people killed. Madison Moore and Milwaukee for us. Thank you. Now,
So what you heard from WISN.com has now been updated. And so in case you haven't heard, by the way, I'm Dr. Ken Harris. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. And for this to come during Law Enforcement Week is something that I believe is important. I think our guest is here. It may be here. I'm confused. And so I wrote this down. I thought about it, played it. I talked it through, wrote it on my computer, and it just wouldn't come. My heart hurts. And I've been having trouble pulling thoughts together, and I tried to write it down, but I couldn't get past the first paragraph, the first like 2 or 3 sentences. There seems to be a societal breakdown of a massive proportion in every community. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, male, female, don't matter. LGBTQ, all everywhere. There seems to be a breakdown. There seems to be a disregard for human life. There seems to be severe reckless actions in people today, younger people. I don't know what it is. You can get mad, you can get upset, but that's what it is. And for the life of me, I have no understanding or idea why. Guns, cars, baseball bats, knives, doesn't seem to matter. Drugs, doesn't seem to matter. I don't know if it's a like, do you hate yourself? Or is it like trying to find out what it is without talking to people that it happens to doesn't help. And so I'm going to be asking all week to law enforcement professionals. Because when you're in charge, but you're not doing the job, there's a different perspective you have. And we're going to talk to some people that actually did the job, that were boots on the ground, that are going to do it and did it and can share how it feels. I can share how it feels to go to a car crash where people have died. And you're the accident investigator, and you have to stand here and process your own feelings while the public stands there in disarray, upset, mad, rightfully so, at the death of their family member. Intoxication just takes it to another level. Intoxication makes it an absolute waste of time and energy to even talk about it. And not only has this 32-year-old woman killed 5 people and is suspected to be under the influence of an intoxicant or drug, she's basically destroyed her own life. So what I thought I'd do today before my guest, who needs no introduction, Chief, can I call her Chief Doctor or Dr. Chief? Or Dr. Sheriff? Doctor, like, what am I going to call her? Dr. Danita Ball. Sheriff Danita Ball, Milwaukee County Sheriff, will be here. We're only going to get into the incident in Milwaukee if she decides to get into it, because that's not her purview. That's not her area of control. Even though she's the sheriff of Milwaukee County, her duties lie in different places. In a number of different places, so that people would understand that. And I want to go over some things, this segment and the next. She's due in around 4:30. I want to go over some things and explain the law. We seem to have a common sense understanding of what the law really is. She's here. And I believe that one of the things we're going to look at, why am I believing it? It's me talking. I'm going to talk about what crime is. I'm going to show you some statutes so that you understand clearly exactly what very particular crimes are, so that there's no question about what you think is right or wrong. No more common sense understanding of what you think is right, and then go off screaming and hollering and complaining and protesting about something that you know nothing about. I'm going to cover some things today so that you understand exactly what this young lady is facing. So that you don't come up with your own words and your own whatevers. We're going to be very, very specific in what we do. That way, at least as you follow the trial and follow what the prosecution is saying and follow what the defense is saying for this young lady, you understand and know that there are just some things that the law says that you can and can't do. And throughout the week, we'll talk about that. The things you can do that are against the law that you may not know are against the law, but yet you can still be punished for it when someone else isn't. Because as of last night, around 12 o'clock, midnight, on 60th and Fond du Lac, unless that's fixed, unless something happens, I thought about the city of Milwaukee, and you know what I said to myself? It's simple. I'm done.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. Thank you, Truth Nation. Your passion and support has helped make Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association best radio show in the state of Wisconsin.
When did this